Hi guys, Pete and Rox with you today, and today we're going to be sharing some information on our changing perspective on past lives, because it's certainly something that we weren't into more than about a year ago, and our perspective on the whole thing has changed a lot. We were recommended getting a past life reading. We thought, oh yeah, like interesting. All right, let's go check it out. What is it? It's like a psychic or whatever. Anyway, we get this reading, we read it, and it's interesting. We can relate to quite a lot of it. But then we start getting recommendations for different people, and the same sorts of themes kept coming up in the readings. And when we combined this with the work that we were doing on ourselves, so the plant medicine, the breath work, the intense meditation, the journaling, things came up when we used different modalities. When we took the little glimpses of information we were getting from the different modalities and started looking at how the lessons that we were working through in this current life were tied into themes that these people kept saying were in past lives, which seemed to be, getting it from different sources, people who didn't know one another. We were putting it all together and getting some real breakthrough. So as a real quick overview and summary, that's kind of like where we're up to. We're getting information from different places, putting it together via different modalities, which kind of brings us to today's video, which was a big breakthrough that you had last week, right?
Yeah, like Pete said, I didn't really believe in past lives. We didn't really think this until we started to awake last year. So it's just been a theme running through this whole journey of, every time I tap into a meditation, I'll see a visual, I'll see a lifetime, and I'll check in with the, when we get a psychic reading, you can ask questions and they'll confirm that, yes, that's exactly what you were doing in that lifetime. Like all these different past lifetimes that we've had, the most significant ones, or the ones that we've got lessons to relearn, are brought into this lifetime so we can integrate them and merge them back with our higher selves. So all of our lessons are basically cleared and finished and ready to be a pure spark of the divine again. So over the last 6 months, there's been little bits of past lives for me to work through, and one of the most core ones that I was kind of questioning, I didn't really understand it, and it was resonating but nothing was coming. My law of attraction was not bringing it to me, so I was just waiting and seeing what happened. So in a reading, I asked, what's the biggest thing that I now need to work through? This is probably about 2 months ago, and the Archangel Michael replied with, your root chakra is still to be cleared, and there's some trauma around a past life where you were a young girl and you lost one of your legs. And at that point, it was really upsetting for me because I knew in that life that I would never be married to a man. And so when he said it, it was like hitting my heart, and I actually got quite upset because it was just the truth given to me, and something that I must have fully blocked, and it was too painful for me to remember. So this was this opening up, because we're doing work every single day. This is what we do now. This is our full-time job. We've got so much importance on elevation, which is real and right. So then in this lifetime, I drank myself to death. And I died at a young age, under 30 years of age. So when we first did plant medicine last year in Costa Rica, there was lots of little symbols and signs given to me in my medicine journey every night. And some things I just didn't link to anything to work through, but it'll just be shimmering in the background. If anyone knows or has experienced a plant medicine journey, some people get visuals, people get feelings. I get so many visuals, so colors and stories and lessons all brought to me over and over and over. And so there might be a lesson here, but in the background there's a moving something, and you go, oh, what was that? Anyway, so there was always wine glasses and drinks, and it filling up and then emptying out and filling up, and I was like, oh, I don't quite. And it's been a little bit of a synchronicity all the way through since Costa Rica. And I thought maybe I've got drinking issues. Well, we don't drink that much, so I didn't, and then I thought, oh, I must just get guilty because I want to, raise my vibration. I want to elevate. So maybe that's the guilt coming in. But so over the weekend, we had a couple of drinks and I had a full on purge. It was like, bawling and bawling and bawling, and all of these feelings of not wanting to be here anymore. It was very odd. We hadn't really, we don't really have these thoughts, these dark thoughts of not wanting to be here and just want to tap out. And I actually knew I was in quite some trouble. So I went to Pete for some help, and I was just crying and bawling in his arms. And we just know now that, you know, this is a purge, is a clearing of an emotional injury that we need to get out. So when it happens, we have to let it come and let it come and let it come just until it's ready to leave, and be the observer of it. So once that process finished over the weekend, it was yesterday that I got some clarity around it, and I linked the missing leg to the drinking. And in that lifetime, I didn't want to be here anymore because I knew I wasn't going to get married. I wouldn't have love, and no one liked a girl with no leg, and it really affected me. So it was a big clear out. I feel lighter for it, and it's a good thing that it's gone. Because I feel like on the other side of, a dip, we're going up and down. When we're clearing, you go up, you go down. So in this dip where I was on the weekend, it was really dark thoughts, painful, just my whole body just was going, ugh, I don't want to be here. This is too hard, all these things, and an absolute crying mess. But on the up, it's going to be like just such a beautiful, blissful feeling because it's cleared away now. So without the low, you can't get the, the momentum to go to the up, up to the high emotion. If you want to elaborate on that at all.
Well, it's like you got to get rid of the dark before the light flows in.
Yeah.
And you're not constantly living in light. Like what creates a momentum to move you up is the constant ebb and flow and the working through of things. And as we've mentioned in some of our videos, the more elevated you are, the quicker you move through the dips. So a person who's in a really low state, when they're in a dip, they stay in that dip for a long time. So if you know a person who takes a long time to get over something, they hang on to something for a long time before they start to come normal, before they start to come good again, even if they've learnt the lesson. And I would suggest in many times they don't actually learn the lesson. They just learn how to move it around within them to suppress it so that that's not affecting them any longer. But if you're learning to work through it, you can work through it and come back out the other side, and then you can go from having a really average day to the next day having an absolute amazing day. And one thing I would add too, guys, is if you're new to this but you're working through your emotions, if you're connecting initially, right, you connect to something, you know what it is. Feelings come back to you of unloved or unworthy.
From this lifetime.
Yeah, from this lifetime, because you did this or did that in your past, you had guilt, you felt rejection from friends or whatever that is, okay, and you connect to the emotion. If you start to work on things where you just spontaneously cry for no reason, or you cry and you get the shakes, or you're angry for no reason, and it seems like you're triggered and you can't work it out, what we've learnt is that can be a good sign that you're actually tapping into things that are beyond the conscious, perhaps even conscious of in this lifetime, something out of your past that you're tapping into and you're clearing that out. Because once you work through and you learn a lot of the lessons of things you got to work through in this life, and of course daily there's lessons coming to us, but like there's big things from our childhood, which all of us need to work through, big things from different experiences that you've had in your life. As you work through those, you might start to find that if you're getting good at the clearing, you're sometimes having a really good purge and a good clean out, and you don't even know exactly what it is. That is a good sign to know, or a good way to know that you might be clearing something from a past life or clearing out that lesson. Because if the whole idea of being here is to learn lessons and to get wise and to understand, what the wisdom of the universe is, and to begin to get an understanding of why we are the way we are, to embrace duality, to learn to be the observer, raise yourself up, and to be able to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of what life's lessons brings us in order for us to be able to demonstrate the best version of ourselves, then as you're getting towards the end of that, the way those lessons come are going to change.
Yeah. And I think the best tip, like if you don't know what it is, because first, like it's an onion that you're peeling back all the layers. So naturally you're going to have this lifetime's stuff come off first, and as you get better and better and better at learning how to deal with this, your momentum speeds up, your vibration's speeding up, so the lessons are coming faster and faster and faster to you, so you elevate faster. That's just the natural progression. But at the beginning, what we learned was to nail being the observer. Okay, I just got cranky. What was that? Okay, that's okay. And constantly telling yourself that it's okay, be the observer, because you're navigating this. You can't remember exactly how to do it, and you just need to keep saying you're doing a really good job and keep the momentum up. And it's important to elevate because the universe rewards bravery. Your law of attraction comes in much bigger and grander, and you manifest more. You have deeper love with your partner and your kids and family, and you just feel amazing. Hey.
So guys, a lot of the top channelers and the people who do past life readings now don't do one-on-ones. So if you would like to get a past reading or find out more information, email us, drop us a note below, and we will stay in contact with you and give you the information of the ones that we use and we have found good, because we use a number of different people who are using different ways to connect, so to speak, and that might be able to help you on your journey. If there's anything else you'd like to hear from us, drop us a line. Please like and share our video because we really appreciate that, and we'll be back in tune with you guys real soon with another update on our journey. Bye.
Bye.